Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at another career out of the Mongoose Traveler Core Rulebook Update 2022. This time, the Drifter. Not the 50s vocal group, but the Traveler career. And when I first read the Drifter, when I first went through this book about a year ago, I didn't think much of it. But in preparing for this video, I realized I'd overlooked something. So we're going to take a look at what it is I overlooked and why the Drifter is, it's not the greatest career path, but there's at least one of the three careers underneath it, the sub-careers, that's totally worth taking a look at. So today on page 121, we're going to take a look at the Drifter. Also, subscribers, come on in. I'm always looking to grow the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have subscribed, thank you. And of course, patrons. I have a Patreon. If you are a patron, thank you very much. I'm always looking to grow that. Want to grow my tech, my accessibility to other books, things like that. So please let me know, or take a look rather, at my Patreon. I'm offering active reward on that now. So please take a look and see if there's anything you can do there. And of course, subscribe. So back to today's topic at hand. From the Core 2022 Rulebook Update, the Drifter. Okay, here we go. The Drifter from the Core Rulebook Update. Drifter is a very easy class to get into. You just join it. Okay. Qualification is automatic. Drifter is described as a wanderer, hitchhiker, and traveler. Drifters are those who roam the stars without obvious purpose or direction. And qualification is automatic. Nothing you need to roll. Assignments, one of the following. Barbarian. You live in a primitive world without the benefits of technology. Wanderer. You are a space bum, living hand-to-mouth in slums and spaceports across the galaxy. Scavenger. You work as a belter, asteroid miner, or on a salvage crew. The Belter. I like the Belter a lot from Classic Traveler. The first place I remember seeing that was in Belt Strike. Could be that it was somewhere else that I don't remember, but I remember the Belter coming up in Belt Strike. And while I never played a Belter, I had a couple of players who did. And Belters are just an interesting career path. And of course, if you're a fan of The Expanse, Belters are huge in The Expanse. So interesting that they're just kind of relegated here as scavengers under the Drifter, but they can be a lot of fun to play. And then a note down here, you use assignment skill table for basic training, not service skills. So when you're creating your character for the first time, you don't use the service skills to give you all the 0 level skills you get. You take whichever one you are in your assignment table. So if you're a barbarian, you get these. If you're a wanderer, you get these. And a scavenger / belter, you get these. So pretty straightforward. I like that. It's one of two that actually get that. The other one being the citizen, which I covered in my last video on this. And if we take a look at the career progress, you see this is a tough career. Survival is endurance 7+. Advancement, and this for the barbarian, is a strength 7+ roll. Wanderer, the endurance 7+ is your survival roll. Intelligence 7+ to advance. And then scavenger, which again is the belter, 7+ on dex and 7+ on endurance. So if you're creating, for instance, a barbarian, strength and endurance are definitely where you want to have your higher stats. For all three of these, you want a decent endurance. If you're going to be a belter, scavenger / belter, you want a high dex and a high endurance to help you survive and then go forward. Mustering out benefits, boo, not very good at all. Without any kind of bonus or benefit, your highest is 4,000. With, you go to 8,000 credits. Wow. Your benefits are not very good. A contact, it's always helpful. A weapon, an ally, another weapon, education +1, a ship share, or 2 ship shares. Interesting, but not great. There are definitely better mustering out benefits, but then this is a career you automatically qualify for. So I guess game balance is right there. Interestingly, my first character to ever survive character creation, I've mentioned him before on the channel, was what would now be called a Drifter. He was a barbarian. I named him Rat Crusher. Said barbarian, got a weapon I'm mustering out. I chose Gauss Rifle. So I had a barbarian wandering around spaceports with a Gauss Rifle. He was a lot of fun to play. I only played him a handful of times, 1 or 2 solo games with my original GM, and then he was with that group a couple of times. He was a fun guy to play because I played him as completely clueless about not only technology but societal conventions. So he didn't know that no trespassing sign meant he couldn't go in there. He just didn't really care what it meant. I had a lot of fun with him, but definitely a limited career for a traveler character. Just limited path. Taking a look at the development, personal development, service skills, and then the assignment skills, we get for personal development +1 strength, +1 endurance, +1 dex, a language, which is always useful, profession, which is always useful, and then jack of all trades. What's not to love about jack of all trades? Your service skills are athletics, always good, melee, unarmed, recon, streetwise, stealth, and survival. And then we come down to the barbarian. You get animals, carouse, melee with a blade, stealth, seafarer, personal or sail, and survival. For a wanderer, you get drive, deception, recon, stealth, streetwise, and survival. And for a scavenger, again, this would be a belter. You get pilot, small craft, very useful, mechanic, astrogation, vac suit, profession, and gun combat. So pretty, I don't know, they're not great. You could definitely make a good belter out of these choices plus these two tables. So not bad. The rank and bonus table for the barbarian, you get a 2 warrior, or if rank 1 you get survival 1, warrior you get melee blade 1. At rank 4 you get chieftain, leadership 1, and then rank 6 warlord with no bonus. Coming over to the wanderer, you don't even get any titles because you're just a wanderer. At first level you get streetwise 1, and at third level you get deception 1. And scavenger, again, no titles. You get vac suit 1 at first rank, and then third rank you get profession belter 1 or mechanic 1. So a lot of these, of course, cross over to there, which is pretty common, but you're not going to get a lot of help by gaining any kind of rank in this, other than the rolls and stuff on the table. It's just this is not a phenomenal clump of class. And then we have, of course, the mishaps and the events. Pretty straightforward for those. And that's it. That's your drifter. As I said, I poo-pooed this the first time I read through it. I thought, who's going to play a drifter? Not anyone I've ever run. Wrong. I know several people who would be interested in playing a belter. And next time I do my jump point game, which I'm hoping will be in April, more announcement on that after the new year, one of the characters I think will be a belter, just to see how it goes. Now, belter in this strength will not necessarily have the penalties that you might be familiar with from things such as the Expanse, where the belters have less strength and can't deal with gravity and things like that. I probably will not really pay a lot of attention to that, just to not inhibit the character. So if ever you want to sit at my table and play a belter, yeah, I'm pretty DM friendly to that. GM friendly to that, sorry. I'm pretty GM friendly to that. Just because I want the players to have fun with the character, I don't want to worry about penalizing. On the other hand, if you really want the nitty-gritty, low-grav play, absolutely, we could take a look at that. Now, one thing I do find missing from Scavenger is 0G. That, I think, is important to it, and I, as the GM, might allow him to replace one of these with a 0G. It makes sense to me. If you're a belter and you're out there in micro G or 0G a lot, it just makes sense that you would get it. But that's it. Just a quick look at an interesting career path. The only one of these that I really think I would be interested in playing in a long term would be the scavenger / belter. As I said, I started out with a barbarian, but that was also in the days when we were playing a lot of D&D. The barbarian wasn't even a class in D&D yet, in AD&D. And I just thought it was fun to play a D&D guy in space. I had a lot of fun with him. I still have Rat Crusher. He's around here somewhere. Maybe one of these days I'll find him and put him in front of the camera for you. He was silly and he was a lot of fun. He made a couple of terms as a barbarian. I don't remember how many terms I rolled, but he made a few. And like I said, I played him for a little while, and then eventually I got tired of him because he really couldn't do anything. You couldn't fly a ship, you couldn't repair anything. All you could do is hit stuff in the mouth or shoot it, which has its charms, definitely, but gets wearying after a while. So that's it for today on page 121. A quick look at the drifter career path for Traveler. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Go ahead and put them below. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Take a look at the Patreon. I am offering rewards. Please take a look at that. See if there's anything you can do to help out there. And that's it. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time on page 121.